everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another super fantastic speed build. Today I am building in the world of Brightchester, which is the world we got with the University Expansion Pack. And you might be wondering, Tiana, you're done with college and it was rather traumatic for you. Why are you building in the college world? Some of you are also wondering, why are you building in the college world? It's not the best world. You would all be correct, but I was feeling extra inspired to do a build in the world of Brightchester because it is graduation season. I graduated last December, very grateful for that. Shout out to everyone who graduated in December. But more importantly, shout out to all my graduates graduating this upcoming semester, whether it's high school or college or the 8th grade. If it's anything less than that, you probably shouldn't watch my videos because I like to say bad words. But a lot of my really close friends, like almost my entire friend group from back home, we're all scattered around the state, you know, going to various different universities and whatnot, but a lot of us are fixing to graduate. I'm so excited and so proud of everyone. I have a lot of grad parties I'm going to in the next few weeks, so I'm really looking forward to that. Getting to be around my friends and just having a good time celebrating them. Graduating college or anything is like kind of a super huge deal, and if you are graduating and no one has told you how slay you are, I'm telling you you're slay because it's a really fucking big deal. So in honor of all of the graduates out there, I have decided to make some townhomes in the university world. They are each inspired by the varying universities you can go to in The Sims. So one is obviously like a yellow and green color scheme, while one is more like red and yellow. And I also was like, okay, one of these I want to give like major kind of party frat boy-esque vibes, and then the other I want to be like the clean girl aesthetic sorority house type thing. Granted, I haven't, oh, that's a lie. I almost lied to you guys. I have been to a frat house, hypothetically speaking, one time when I was much younger. I went out with one of my friends. My friend Kelly, she stayed with me for a couple weeks to talk about her all the time. She's really slay. And she was living with her freshman year roommates, and they were all like, let's go out to like the college bar. Like, I swear to God, if you have money, this place will serve you. So we go out, it's fine, whatever. Her roommate, who's become such a good friend of mine, one of her roommates at the time, was like, don't let me go home with my ex-boyfriend. I was like, abso-fucking-lutely, girl, I got you. I never met her at this point. I was like, girl, got it. Slay. So we're out, we're having a good time, you know, we're drinking vodka crayons and dirty Shirley's, like our life depends on it. And she is leaving. My friend Kelly is like, oh yeah, like my friend's leaving. I was like, who's taking her home? She's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck you mean you don't know? Jesus, I'm the mom friend. I was like, so I'm running. I'm a tad intoxicated. I'm running across this bar. I hate people who run inside. I was that person though, okay? But this was an emergency. So, yeah, I run. There's a gentleman with her. I tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me. Excuse me. And she goes, it's not him. I think she's a liar at this point, because one thing about a drunk girl is we will lie. We will text our ex-boyfriends. We will talk to people we shouldn't be talking to. And I was like, you buddy, ID right now. I don't remember if she had ever even told me what her ex-boyfriend's name was. But I looked at it, I bent it around like that, like if I needed to know if it was fake, I don't know. He passed the vibe check. I don't know if it was him. I was informed that it was not him, so I did my due diligence. So they leave, it's fine, whatever. And we're leaving, all of us, my friends. One of my neighbor actually at the time was like, you never go out, like later if you want me to pick you up, like I'll pick you up. I was like, slay, thanks. So my neighbor comes, picks me and my girlfriend's up, and we ran into this friend of ours from high school, and we're like, oh my God, like coming out with us. We had a lot of fun. We went and got tacos, we did some push-ups outside the taco place. I don't really know what that was about, but anyway, back to the story. So all of a sudden, Kelly is like, where's my friend? I was like, girl, I told you that your roommate left. So we're trying to track her down, okay? We're tracking her, literally. Girls track each other. That is a very good thing. If you are going into college and you are going to have a roommate, make yourself a little Life 360 moment. It is important, okay? So, you know, we're moving along, we're doing our thing. All of a sudden it's like, oh, Sigma Chi fraternity. The people who know about Sigma Chi know about Sigma Chi, okay? I don't know if every university has Sigma Chi, but I know a lot of them do. So we go there. We go there. And we proceed to run in and out of this frat house. No one is there. So we get there, no one's there. Literally, no one is there. I don't know if that's normal. I've never been to a frat house outside of this one experience. So we start running around. We're yelling for her. We're like, SOS, okay? We're trying to find you. We are knocking on doors. We don't find her. She eventually calls us. She's like, I'm literally about to walk to the house. We're like, oh my god, okay, cool. So we're like, cool, we fucking leave or whatever. And there was this girl who was a friend of the roommate's friend. Like, if someone we didn't really know. She kind of just got in the car with us. We're like, okay, slay, I guess. Like, we don't really fucking know you, but like, that's fine. That's unsafe, don't do that. We get back in the car. This girl, this is a new girl. This is a new character. We'll call her Annie. I don't know if that was her name. I don't ever, it might have been her name. I don't know if I ever got it, to be honest. She's like a beat behind. I'm like, okay. She gets back in the car. She has a composite photo. She ripped a composite photo off the wall. And like, okay, this frat house had like cinder block walls, so like everything was drilled in. I mean, there's fucking concrete dust everywhere. And I said when we walked in there, I said, no one take anything. Nobody. No one. At this point though, we don't know what to do. We're like, drive. So now we're all accomplices. Hypothetically speaking, this is a false story. This is made up. This is fiction. This girl's like, yeah, can you drop me off here? We're like, yeah, can you take your fucking crime with you? For this was years ago, but for months after, anytime I got a little DM from a little frat boy, I was like, this is it. This is it. They got us. They got us. They're coming for us. And but this is again hypothetical story. That's hypothetically the story. The first and only time I can vividly remember that I went to a frat house. So don't recommend it. But yeah, anyway, so I built one that's like kind of frat-esque. I don't have a great frame of reference. They do not have any composites hung in their house, probably because some drunk girls ran inside and took it. I don't know though. But we are in the ladies' house right now. It's very cute and pastel and very on theme with the college. And I imagined that at least one of the roomies is like an engineer queen, and that is inspired by one of my friends because she is a civil engineer construction girly queen, and I love her, and she is graduating, so very excited and proud of her. And then I know she's gonna move on to get her master's degree. I'm not sure in exactly what, because I'm a business major, so I don't know, but anyway, so she's gonna move on, and she's even talked about possibly getting her PhD. I was like, okay, pop off. Pop off, we love an educated fucking queen. Now we are in our frat house-esque vibe area. I will tell you, I can tell you off the bat, this is not realistic because every college guy's apartment I've ever been in, my friends, my relatives, my friends' boyfriends, etc., etc., ain't none of them got this much decorations. I don't know what it is about men who are completely comfortable just popping up a lawn chair in the middle of the living room. I once went, one of my friend's brothers had moved into his place, and he'd been there for almost a full year. And they're like, I went to visit them, and they were like, oh, like, we're gonna go over, we're gonna grill steaks, we're gonna hang out. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Little sister brother hangout moment. We get there, I shit you not. I shit you not. When you go duck hunting, there are these little chairs. They look like little tripods. The ass of the chair is like this big, real tiny. There's like 3 of them sitting in the living room. And a plastic table. I said, haven't y'all like been here for like a minute? Well, yeah. Typically, college apartments come semi-furnished. So they did have a sofa But I guess at some point, one of them threw a chair off the balcony and it broke. So they didn't have a like a living room chair, not like a dining chair. So to compensate for their parties, meaning, you know, the roommates, his sister, and his sister's friends, me, and her roommates pretty much, they brought out the duck hunting chairs for us to sit on. That's what I mean when I say this home that I'm building is way too furnished. This has a woman's touch. I don't know if their moms came by and were like, we're gonna sauce it up a little bit, but get it together, guys. That might not be true for anyone. Granted, I had like no friends in college, but I do know that the friends I did have, it was true for them. So not to make any generalizations, but we are who we are. But we are speeding through this little speed build. We're almost done, which is very exciting. I know I didn't talk about the build that much, but for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you know that's kind of typical of me. But I am trying to make some self-improvements. Last night, I spent like 4 hours meal prepping. I made some protein muffins. I cut all my fruit. I hate to tell you guys this, but like, if I keep on this regime, everyone better watch out, because I might just be that bitch. I don't know, but I might be. Also, I finally bought a frame for my college diploma, because a lot of you who've been on stream with me, you know it's literally just been like sitting on my desk under my mic and like my Legos. Like, it's like not the most expensive piece of paper I have ever owned in my entire fucking life. So I went to the dollar store and I got myself a little frame. $1.25. What the fuck, dollar store? Anyway, we are pretty much done with our build. We're finishing up this last room. Oh, look at me. I'm about to talk about the build. And then we're gonna go outside into my favorite part of the entire house. Oh, here's my lawn chairs. I had to make a little nod to my lawn chair days. But this little like courtyard area I made, I thought was really fun. And I thought they did a little teasy moment with the girls and guys next door. There's like a little juice keg and whatnot and a grill. And that's actually inspired by my friend's real life college apartment. They had like a little area like that. Except I will tell you, don't sleep with your neighbors. They did that, one of them, and it was messy. But let's jump into the game for a real life tour. Here we are, team, in the world of Brightchester. So I built it in this like common town little area in between Foxbury and Brightchester, and it looks really good from the map view, which is not always common for my builds. Sometimes they're kind of fugly from the map, so let's go check her out. We have made it. This is her. She's a gorgeous girl, and we love that. Let's go ahead and start with my white brick little house. I absolutely love these doors from Strangerville. They have an absolute fucking gag hold on me. I am obsessed. But you come in, it's very yellow and beautiful. We are loving it. I like this little like entry area. I use a lot of high school year stuff, and then right immediately you have a dining room. Now this over here you can sit on and eat, and you can sit in these and eat. I think it will look functional in game. I've done it before, but in terms of this like actually slotting to the table, that's just not how it works. But I really like the way it looks, and I feel like it's very realistic in terms of like bench seating. Then we have kind of like a little record area, some post photos. Now, okay, I know I was talking my shit about boys' apartments. Now, not every, because I didn't have, the female friends I had were typically closer friends, like, anyway. But, like, my friend Alexis, her apartment, her freshman year, one of the only pieces of decoration in the entire common space was a ginormous flag of Gibby from iCarly that was like, Gibby! And it had, like, pink stuff all over the background of it. And I used to sleep on the sofa when I came, so I would just wake up in the middle of the night and Gibby would just be, like, Gibbying over me. So I've also, but I have been to like, so like my college apartment was very cute and decorated, but I was also like not really a college student, and I worked like 60-hour weeks and had been collecting and saving money for my college apartment since I was like 12, because I have a lot of financial trauma, and I love home goods. So anyway, then we have our little yellow kitchen. I wish I had a kitchen this nice. this is gorge, and the yellow makes me feel like everything is going to be okay. Then we have our little living room area. This is completely functional. I know it's a little tight, but if you know me, you know I have the tendency to make my builds way too fucking big, so I'm very grateful that they're not as big this time. And I just used Move Objects to kind of combine these two sofas from high school years. They're such a fun color, and I like the like pillow throw blanket moments. Then of course we have our little university area. So this dresser bookshelf is from high school years, and I slotted in this little TV from the Tiny Living Stuff Pack, and I thought it ended up looking really good. There's not a lot of cross combination wood swatches throughout the Sims game. Thank you, EA, for that. So I thought it was looking real good. And then of course you go upstairs. I use like the same bookshelf because if you've ever been to a college apartment and you've seen like the predisposed furniture, you know it's all that really horrible yellow color. Then we have our first room. I imagine this is my little like geologist, marine biologist, scientist queen. We love our women in STEM. Actually, I think, okay, my friend Harley is doing like business, interior design, event planning stuff. And then my other friends, my friend Kelly's going to be a pilot. But my other two friends, the one, Jocelyn and Alexis, they are both engineers. I don't know what kind of engineer Alexis is because she's changed a few times and I always forget. But Jocelyn is like a civil or a construction engine business major. I don't know. The girl loves architecture. That's what I do know. And then over here we have our another lady in STEM as well. Maybe they're like a robotics or a computer science robotics kind of person, but I also imagine they were like on the dance team because we love a little peppy queen. We love a woman who can do it all. You know, and they each just have their own bathrooms, which I think is really nice. I've never seen a college bathroom in a college apartment look that nice. But that is the whole house over here. Let's go into our frat boy inspired house featuring the two lawn chairs that have haunted my dreams. Rule of thumb, if a guy has a pop-up camping chair in his living room, don't let him hurt your feelings. It will embarrass you later. Speaking from experience. But again, we have another little entryway. It's a little bit different, but I use a lot of the similar furniture because I feel like that's like a common theme in these apartments. And you have the little dining area. This is inspired by one of my friends, CJ, and this is literally what his apartment looked like. It was like pretty furnished, like with the college furniture or whatever, and then like filled with like posters, and it was like blackout or back out. That's a different story. And then in the smack dab in the middle, it was like his DJ stuff, because he is a aspiring DJ. So shout out to him. And then they have their little kitchen area. I really, really like the pairing of these Home Chef Hustle Stuff Pack appliances with the Dream Home Decorator cabinets. They're peak. Then over here we have our little living room. It's not quite as cramped. Apparently the boys who live here love chess. I don't know. Maybe it's like a drinking party game. Who knows? But it's the same layout as the other one. Let's go upstairs again. A little bookshelf. And then we have this room over here. I thought this was maybe like an art history major. And they just love like all things like kind of graffiti street art style. And that's what they're studying. I kind of like the idea of that. It's like different. And then over here we have, I believe, what I wanted to be like kind of like a student athlete moment. I feel like they're on the water polo team. That was probably really niche, but I know a couple water polo players, just that I've met randomly. I feel like water polo would be really hard, and that's coming from someone who considers themselves relatively athletic, but I'm also not a good swimmer. I just think it would be really hard. So they've got the whole, the swag. They've got the swag out the wazoo, and again, just two ensuite bathrooms. Then you come over here to their little common space, which I love. I love these lights from the Toddler Stuff Pack. And I like the idea that they've found like a sense of community. Like maybe at first they were like pranking each other, they didn't like each other, but eventually they're like, okay, I guess you're alright. And sometimes they have like darties out here. And I absolutely love that. I also love darties. If you've never been to one and you're going to college I hope you like them as well. Be safe. I don't know. I cannot condone nor can I condemn said behavior, so I can just say be safe. But that is the end of our build. I had a lot of fun building these. I've been trying to branch out and do some different stuff lately, and these are just like gorgeous girls. Like, don't lie. Let's take a little screeny. But if you enjoyed this video as well, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You know I love when you do that. We love a little external validation moment. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know I love when you guys do that. Don't forget to drink your water. Don't forget to make your Life 360 if you're getting your roommates and you're moving to college. And if you are graduating from anything, vocational, high school, college, whatever it might be, congratulations. It's like a really big deal. It's a really big deal, and you should be really proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. And that is the last thing I will say other than reminding you to drink your water. Bye, everyone.